Hello, YouTube. It's about that submarine that mysteriously disappeared under the Doomsday Glacier. Here's what it managed to convey. I am sure most of you have heard by now about this story. What I want to introduce here is the information that is being disseminated in the Russian media, and you can compare it to what you hear in the United States, in the UK, and other countries. Scientists have officially stopped searching for the famous Wren robot submarine. A year ago, it dived under the Doomsday Glacier, discovered unexplained anomalies, and then mysteriously disappeared. Recall that Thwaites Glacier, it's very hard for Russian speakers to pronounce, but Thwaites Glacier was called such a terrible name, being referred to often as the Doomsday Glacier, which covers an area of 120,000 square kilometers. This is a large territory, even by Russian standards. The thickness of the glacier is up to 2 kilometers in various places. If it breaks away from Antarctica, sails or swims to warmer climes and then melts, the sea level will rise by at least half a meter, and in the future by more than 3 meters. That would cause the worldwide flood, a deluge. That Wren submarine was considered to be the pinnacle of technical thought. It was very unusual in many ways. It seemed impossible to lose it. The incredible reliability of all systems, and most importantly, the sophisticated navigation system, which would return the apparatus to its starting point even when all external signals fade. Experts admit that there are simply no reasons why that submarine could sink into the cold waters of Antarctica. That Wren apparatus was the first in history to venture under the Doomsday Glacier in the year 2019. It was then that unique data was obtained, and they made the glacier a gloomy hero of newspaper headlines in the West. It turned out that a colossal block of ice from below is intensely corroded by oceanic waters. The glacier is melting much faster than it looks from the outside. Exactly 1 year ago, the researchers returned to the glacier with the submarine, and the first data seemed extremely strange and frightening. The submarine found patterns resembling drops of tears or desert dunes. The largest of these figures stretch for half a kilometer. Scientists have previously decided that the cavities are caused by the rotation of the Earth. Ocean water pushed by the globe itself draws repeating shapes on the melting ice year after year. But there was no complete clarity. And the submarine was sent on a new voyage, even deeper under the glacier, from where it has not returned. The Doomsday Glacier is scary for two reasons. First of all, it's just too big. If it breaks off, it will float into the warm seas, melt, and only the volume of water contained in it will raise the level of the world ocean by 60 centimeters. Secondly, the glacier is like a corner store that holds other glaciers. If it falls out, the Antarctic ice sheet will crumble and other glaciers will slide into the ocean without obstacles. Here, the sea level will rise up to 3 to 4 meters. The terrible truth that Wren submarine revealed during the last voyage: mankind is not able to do anything. The glacier held on for so long because there was a thin film of cold water between it and the ocean. It did not allow the glacier to melt. 80 years ago, a gap appeared in the film and the glacier moved. The reasons for which are not clear, obviously not global warming. And then there is the domino effect. Scientists have established that. Tides caused by the moon's gravity push warm water towards the ice twice a day, eroding the protective film, and it is almost nowhere to be found. The conclusions drawn by the RAND team, the Doomsday Glacier is doomed, and apparently it will indeed drag the ice sheet of the southern continent with it. Images taken from the orbit earlier this year, it looks like the glacier is being freed from the last bridge that connected it to the mainland. A new giant crack has appeared in the glacier. There are a lot of interactive maps online that clearly show what will happen to the coast at such and such sea level. For Russia, the news is not bad. An increase in ocean level by half a meter will have almost no effect on them. Small areas in the Arctic and the eastern coast of the Sea of Azov will be flooded. St. Petersburg and Sochi with Yalta as well as Vladivostok will not be affected. Sea growth of 3 meters, of course, will have a more significant impact. Small flood zones are forming near Vladivostok and in Chukotka, serious ones on the coast of Yakutia, and the outskirts of St. Petersburg will be slightly impacted. The map shows greater problems to be in the Azov region. There, the sea will begin to advance and rush to the city of Rostov-on-Don. Rostov-na-Donu. Sochi, again, will not be affected. Of course, it's all smooth on the map, but in reality, the shallow red flooded areas hide large areas where people live and work. But compared to what will happen in Southeast Asia, where entire countries will go underwater, for example, Bangladesh, with a population larger than Russia's, the developments in Russia will be minimal. The bad news, apart from the deluge, is that the world's oceans, saturated with fresh water, will change, and with it, the climate. The climate is already messing up. The not so bad news, if we can say that even if the glacier breaks off tomorrow, it will still drift and melt for decades. The level of the world's oceans is already rising. After all, both the Antarctic shield and the Greenland ice are melting, but for now by millimeters at worst, by a couple of centimeters per year. So that's what I wanted to let you know, and we'll follow up the developments. I will look for the Russian sources, Chinese occasionally too, and if I find something more interesting again, I will let you know. So that's what I wanted to let you know today, and if you like my research and you can support it, please do so through the links you find in the description to this video. Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, but make sure they send you notifications. I don't know why, but a lot of my listeners don't get them, so hopefully you will. Thank you for your attention to my work.